That event you've always wanted to go to, make that investment. You're not going to know how you're going to get there, but just go out there and do things. Go out there and take action. Go out there and fail. Fail your way to success. Don't be scared, because remember this: the job that takes the longest to start is the one that takes the longest to finish. The job that takes the longest to start is the one that takes the longest to finish. And guess what, fam? We have a job to do, all of us. And it's to accomplish the best version of ourselves, put our families in positions to win, change the lives of hundreds and thousands and millions of people all around the world. And I'm not going to do that without you guys. So we have a job to do. And the longer we take to do this, the longer it's going to take to finish it. I need all of us on board. I need all of us running the same play. I need all of us becoming the best version of us. So it doesn't matter that we don't know how we're going to change millions of lives, but what we focus on, impacting one life every day. That's how we do it. We don't need to know how we're going to get to 1 million lives. So long as we know that we're going to make our impact today, that's all that matters. So that's realization number 2. Realization number 3 that a warrior has is that a warrior does not give up the love, he finds the love. A warrior does not give up the love, he finds the love. What does that mean? Okay, don't let the challenges, don't let the struggles that the journey brings let you lose love for what you do. Don't let that steal the love from you. That's what everybody does. Everybody lets the journey steal the love that they had for it, that excitement that you had for it at the beginning. You let the journey take it. You let the struggles take it. You got to remember, you got to find that love within. That love has to be deep inside. You have to embrace what's going on right now. You have to love what's going on right now. You have to celebrate what's going on right now. This is what's going to make you the best version of you. So a warrior does not give up the love. He finds it. All right. That's number 3. Number 4, realization number 4. This one, you guys are going to love it. A warrior acts, a fool reacts. A warrior acts, ACTS. A warrior acts, a fool reacts. What does that mean? Learn to manage your emotions, or your emotions will control you. Learn to manage your emotions, or your emotions will control you with this business and with this journey. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be lonely. People are going to leave your business. People are going to talk down. Okay, you're going to get rejected hundreds of times, thousands if you're doing this for years and years and years. But you know what you do? You always keep your emotions in check. You never fail. Sorry, you never quit. You never stop. You just keep going every day, day in and day out. You just show up. But every day you show up, make sure that your emotional intelligence is on point, family. And if you guys are listening to this and you guys need a book to help you with your emotional intelligence, right? There's a great book, okay? It's called Emotional Intelligence 2.0. I highly recommend it. If you want to understand how to improve your emotional intelligence, I highly recommend you to buy the book. It actually comes with a test that you can take online, and it'll tell you your emotional intelligence score, and it'll tell you exactly what areas in your emotional intelligence you need to work on so you can improve your score. So if you're someone on this call that has a problem with being emotional with the things that are happening in your journey, I highly recommend you to listen to that book or buy the book. Highly recommended. All right. So that's the 4th realization. And then the last and final realization of a warrior is that a warrior turns adversities into victories. A warrior turns adversities into victories. All the challenges you're going through right now, guys, turn them into victories. Wins, wins, wins. We don't lose. We only win. Okay. So if you're struggling, if you're being challenged, if things are not going your way, that's fine. It's okay. You know why? Because we're going to turn them into victories. We're going to win no matter what. How does the song go? We're going to win, win, win no matter what. It's okay. We're going to win no matter what. So remember that. Doesn't matter. Face your fears, face your challenges, turn them into victories. Become that warrior, okay? Don't react, right? Go out there, take massive action. Doesn't matter that you're not gonna know. Look for the happiness in the journey and watch, family, that when you make these 5 realizations of a warrior true and a reality in your life every day, you'll thank me later when you notice that you've developed a warrior mentality and that there's not one challenge in the world that you can't defeat. There's not one obstacle big enough that you can't climb over. And it doesn't matter how many times you get knocked down, you're always going to get back up. That's the mindset of a champion, and that's the mindset of a warrior, family. And I expect every single one of you that listens to this to develop this, to internalize this mindset, because this is the only way that we're going to get to where we want to go, family. So thank you guys so much. Those are the realizations of a warrior. I hope each and every single one of you got value from the story that I shared earlier. There was so much value in that one story. But thank you guys so much. I appreciate y'all. I hope all of you guys are striving and not just surviving. And let's go out there and let's continue to be the best versions of us, because honestly, that's the only option we have, family. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. And I hope all of you have an incredible, blessed day. Thank you for listening to Mornings with Nano. I would really appreciate it if you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and leave a comment below on how Mornings with Nano has brought value to your life. Also, I would really appreciate if you guys follow me on Instagram at Long Live Nano, Neno, so I can get you guys plugged into my morning mastermind at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. Remember, guys, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys at the top, because the bottom is way too crowded. All right, guys, let's get this call started. Had a call before this, so I do apologize about a little bit of a delayed start, but we're here. Just give me 1 second. Let me go live on Instagram. This is a good training right here. Get ready for it. We're about to have a really good one. All right. We're live on Instagram, we're live on YouTube, and we are ready to go. What's up, familia? Grand Rising. Happy Tuesday. It is June 3rd, and it is a great day for us to have a great day. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling so good. I'm feeling so aligned. You know, it's always such an amazing feeling whenever, you get a chance to wake up and pour into individuals and just share with people amazing information that has not only changed my life, but it's going to change so many other people's lives. So I'm grateful that you guys are here today. Real quick, and with one word, I want you to describe, how are you guys feeling this morning? How is everybody feeling this morning on this Tuesday morning? Who's done their morning routine so far? Who's working on themselves? Who's feeling good? Who's ready to receive? Who's ready to learn today? Who's ready to do what? Talk to me, fam. I'm excited. I see people saying elated. I see grateful. I'm also feeling very grateful. Appreciate you, fam. Productive and blessed, amazing, recharge, rhythmic, love that. Blessed, wonderful, blessed and highly favored. Amen, amen, amen. Wow. Good stuff, good stuff. Paid. Yes, I love that. Exuberant. Love that. Alive and well. Yes, yes, yes. Amazing, guys. Restored. Great answers. Man, you guys are feeling good this morning. That's what it's all about. Today's Tuesday, and I don't know about you guys, but today's one of my favorite days. Guess what? Because I get to teach from the Bible today. As you guys know, I like to teach from the Bible at least twice a week, because anytime that I get a chance to teach from the Word, it just, I don't know, it's just different. It's different than any other training, right? Because when you teach from the Word, there's just so much energy behind it, so much love, so much wisdom that it's generational wisdom, and it hits you and it moves you differently. I agree, Eunice. So I'm excited to teach you guys today about this amazing training. I'm always, one thing about me is I love the Bible. Here's why: because it teaches in parables.
right? A lot of the trainings and a lot of the things that I've done is based off of parables. Parables are stories. And there's this one story that I've never taught on actually, and I wanted to teach you guys on it uh, on this call because it goes hand in hand with where we are in our journey, right? It goes hand in hand with where we are in our season as well. Because what did we say? And let me see who's been paying attention. We said that the summer is the season of what exactly? The season of, I said, is the season of two things, of blank and blank. Who remembers? Who are my good students on the call that know exactly what I'm talking about? It's the season of growth. Yes. And one more, right? The season of growth. And it's one other word. If let's see who remembers. Harvest and growth, no. Good answer though. Harvest, no. Harvest is next season. Harvest is next season. Harvest is the fall. This is the season of growth. And one other word. It starts with a letter P. And protection. There you go, Isabel. It's a season of growth and protection, right? Which means it's gonna grow, but you also got to protect what you're growing. All right. Think about a farmer, think about a gardener, right? They're protecting what they're growing by making sure everything is in the right soil, getting rid of the weeds, getting rid of the noxious bugs and everything that could mess it up, right? Because if you don't protect what you're growing, then it's going to get destroyed. All right. So here, I want to teach you guys about this specific parable in the Bible that has to do with a fig tree. And I'll tell you guys exactly where it comes from. But the title today says, don't waste the soil. It's time to grow. Don't waste the soil. It's time to grow. And like we just said, this is the season of growth. So let's not waste the soil because every single one of you are already planted. Every single one of us on this call, you are already planted. So we can't waste the soil. We already planted seeds. We spent all of March, all of April, and all of May. We spent all that time planting. But now it's time to grow. So today's training is titled, Don't Waste the Soil. It is time to grow. And this training is this parable that I'm going to be teaching from. It comes directly from the book in the Bible called Luke. All right. And I want to read it to you guys really quick because it's a short paragraph, but I want to make sure that you guys actually understand it. All right. So here's how it goes. It's on Luke 13, verse 6. So for anybody that wants to follow along, feel more than welcome to. All right. But what I'm going to do is so that anyone who's on this call and you're new, I'm going to read a quick paragraph from the book. And then I'm going to give you the four main lessons that come from this specific parable, from this specific story. All right. So that you guys can understand this. So here we go. If we're all ready to go, put a 444 in the chat box. If we're all ready to go, you're ready to take notes. Your distractions are out of the way. You're ready to learn from the Lord and you're ready to apply the information because you're ready to receive this. Get ready. Send this out to somebody who's not here. This is not a training people want to miss. Trust me. So let's go right into it. Luke 13, 6. Then it starts like this. And then he told this parable. A man had a fig tree growing in his vineyard, and he went to look for fruit on it, but did not find any. So he said to the man who took care of the vineyard, for 3 years now, I've been coming to look for fruit on this fig tree and haven't found any. Cut it down. Why should it use up the soil? Then they said, Sir, the man replied, leave it alone for 1 more year, and I'll dig around it and fertilize it. If it bears fruit next year, fine. If not, then cut it down. That's the story. But there's so much more to this story. I'm going to repeat it one more time so you guys can hear it and understand the story and exactly what is happening here. And then he told this parable. A man had a fig tree growing in his vineyard, and he went to look for fruit on it, but did not find any. So he said to the man who took care of the vineyard, for 3 years now, I've been coming to look for fruit on this fig tree and haven't found any. Cut it down. Why should it use up the soil? Sir, the man replied, leave it alone for 1 more year, and I'll dig around it and fertilize it. If it bears fruit next year, fine. If not, then cut it down. So that's the story right there in itself. It's very short, but there's so much context. Because remember, what I love about the Bible is that it teaches in metaphors. And for anyone that's on this call, I want you also to know, as a disclaimer, I teach from the Bible with respect to whatever you believe in. All right. These trainings are a lot bigger than just any type of religion. Is more about relationship and understanding the stories that relate to everything that we're going in life, right? So let's talk about this, right? Let's talk about point number one. And this is key. Point number one is you are planted on purpose. Every single one of us. We planted this year on purpose. Remember, in the verse, it says, a man had a fig tree planted in his vineyard. That's us. We planted our goals, our dreams, our aspirations for 2025 in our minds. So understand this. You are planted, and you are planted on purpose. Because understand, none of us are an accident. God planted us where we are with a purpose in a specific time and in a specific place. So we are all here right now. So you got to understand, like, yo, I've been planted. And if it feels like things haven't happened for you, understand that it takes time to grow. It really does. It takes time to grow, because I was reading here and I was understanding something. And it said, here you go, boom, boom, right? The man had a fig tree in his vineyard, right? And for 3 years, he comes looking for the fruit, but he doesn't find any. So how many of us, think about it. I want you to identify yourself as the fig tree really quick. I want you to think about this. How many of us have been grinding for the last couple of months, last couple of years, but we haven't bared any fruit yet? And you feel like the fig tree. Anybody can relate with that a little bit? Right? Can anybody relate? Put a 1, put a 2. If you relate, we're like, yo, Nano, I've been working, but I still haven't been able to get to that next level yet. I've been putting in the work. I've been making the phone calls. I've been doing the personal development. I've been reading the books. I've been going to the gym. All right. So here's the thing. I know a lot of us can relate, right? I know a lot of us can relate, because look, let me tell you guys the reality of it. I've been the fig tree who has bared fruit in certain seasons, but I'm also the fig tree in a season right now where I've been working, but I haven't bared much fruit either. Right? So there is seasons where you are the fig tree and you do bear fruit. And I'm grateful for the seasons that I have bared fruit. But there's also been seasons in my life where I was the fig tree and I haven't bared any fruit. So this is important that we all understand this. So the first point that I want to make here, that I want all of us to understand, because I think it's important, is that we were all planted on purpose. None of us are here for no reason. None of us are here for no reason. Every single one of you guys are here for a purpose that is bigger than any of you guys can imagine. Now, how can we relate this to a real life example? Let's talk about a real life example, because real life examples are important that, we take advantage of, right? For example, let's use school as an example. Let's say a student, gets access to go to a great school to get her education or get his or hers education. But instead of taking advantage of the education that, she was given access to because of the school that she was in, that individual decides to procrastinate. They skip class. They don't do any of the homework, and they don't do what's required in order for them to take full advantage of the school. What ended up happening is they were planted in an environment that was rich in opportunity, but not bearing fruit because they're not doing the work that's required. It's like people that get access to certain business opportunities. I've seen it many times within my business. A lot of people get access to a business like mine, where you can learn so many different skills. You can learn how to trade. You can learn how to invest in crypto. You can learn how to build online stores, how to monetize social media, how to travel for a discount. You can learn so much from my business, as an example. But they join the business, and guess what ends up happening? They procrastinate. They don't jump on the calls. They don't do the studying. They don't do what's required. They were planted in a soil that was rich. They were planted in a soil that was going to help them grow, but because they didn't leverage the resources and the opportunities that they had around them, they didn't grow, they didn't bear any fruit. So you need to listen to this and understand. Here's the question you need to be asking yourself. Have you identified where God has placed you? And I need you to ask yourself, are you producing anything of value in the soil that you've been planted in recently? You need to have an honest conversation with yourself. Listen to it, listen to the question. Am I producing anything of value in this space? This is important. Claudia said, yes, I am. I love that for you, Claudia. But you know why? Claudia's on all the calls. She's studying. She's on all the trainings. I know Claudia. So I see Claudia here every morning. I was just on a call with Claudia where we were trading together. She's on call. She's on the training. She's studying. She's investing back into herself. She's going to the events. That is an individual that understands that she was planted on purpose. She was planted in a soil that is rich in opportunity, and she's taking advantage of it. And now she's bearing fruit. See how that works? There's two different types of people. There's the person that gets planted in a soil that's rich, and then there's the person that's planted in the same exact soil but doesn't bear any fruit. Jim Rohn always says this. My boy Joey Medina's here with us. I love to see you here, bro. My mentor Jim Rohn always used to say it. He was like, how is it possible that people have access to the same opportunity? One is making a lot of money and the other one isn't. It's just one is leveraging the opportunities that they have access to. That's all it is. That's really all it is. For example, let me give you guys an example. Instagram is good soil if you use it the right way. Because think about it. We all have Instagram. There's people making 6-7 figures off of Instagram. So why is it that there's people making 6-7 figures off of Instagram while there's people still making no money off of Instagram? What do you think it is? Is the value. It all comes down to the value that you bring to the marketplace. Now, am I saying that that's the only place to bring money and to be able to earn an income from? No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is we all have access to a platform like Instagram that is good soil if you use it the right way. I know people personally that are making 7 figures off of social media. 7 figures. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't have been able to build my business to where it is today if it wasn't for Instagram. I was planted in the soil, but I took advantage of it. I leveraged the fact that I have access to millions of people. I post on social media. I create reels. I reach out to people. I build my business through it. I've done a lot. I've done ad spend, all of these things through it. I've also taken advantage of other business opportunities that I have access to. For example, right now, because recently I've started to build my speaking business, I get access now. You know how it is when you start like showing interest in certain things. For some reason, Instagram just starts throwing you all these different opportunities, bro. And recently I got connected with this guy on Instagram because ads started coming to me because now I'm working on my speaking business. And yesterday I'm on a call. I mean, I got sent this ad about this guy that's doing a masterclass for 5 days on speakers. And it was only $9. And I'm like, you know what? Let me pay for it. It's $9. It is what it is. But guess what? Now I'm on the call and he's doing a 5-day program on how to build a 7-figure speaking business. There's value in the places that we are in. Are we taking advantage of it? So I took advantage of it. And yesterday I learned so much. Only day one, there's 4 more days left. And I only paid $9 for that masterclass for 5 days. Why do I say that? Is because I'm leveraging what I have access to. I didn't care to pay the $9 because would you pay $9 to learn how to build a 7-figure speaking business? Put a 9 in the chat box if you would pay $9 to learn how to build a 7-figure business. Any day. Any day. I would pay the $9 to learn how to build a 7-figure business all day. But why do I say that? It's because I've been planted. I'm planted in certain environments and I leverage what I have access to. I leverage what I have access to. I use it. I don't let it go to waste. I'm not on Instagram paying for random things. I'm not distracted on Instagram. I'm focused. I'm looking for ways. I paid 10K for mine. It's insane what they charge now. Yeah, Joy, I agree. I agree. It's insane what they charge now. Look at Joy. 10K he paid. Some people wouldn't have paid the $9. Why am I going to pay this guy $9? It's insane what they charge now. I agree 100%. If he's better than me, I would have charged more than $9. I would have at least charged $20 to be real. But hey, he's already rich, so I guess he just wanted to do it out of love. I'll take it. No problem. But why do I say this? It goes back to what I'm saying. We were all planted on purpose. You are right now, wherever you are in your life, you were planted where you are on purpose. If you haven't bared any fruit yet, you need to understand that it's going to take time. It's going to take time. So that's point number one. You're planted on purpose. Very important. Point number two, understand this. Growth is expected, not optional. Growth is expected. It's not optional. In the verse in the Bible, he says, he went to look for fruit on it, but didn't find any. Look, he says it right here. For 3 years now, I've been coming to look for fruit on this fig tree and haven't found any. Cut it down. Why should I use up the soil? God expects us to grow spiritually, emotionally, financially, physically, all areas. Don't ever let anybody tell you that God doesn't want you to grow, because that's not true. God expects us to grow in all areas. Yes, grow with him. Yes, number one, because like it says, seek the kingdom and all will be added on to you. So the first thing you need to focus on, yes, is your relationship with him. Absolutely. God wants you to grow that relationship with him. But naturally, when you build that relationship with him, everything else will be added on to you. The finances, the wisdom, the mental, the physical, all of it comes with it. So God is expecting us to grow. And believe it or not, if you're not growing right now, you're going against the word. You're going against what your purpose in life is. You're not fulfilling your purpose. This is your season to grow. You can't be stuck in comfort and survival. That's not enough. You got to be looking to grow a closer relationship with God. You need to be looking to build your mental by reading more books, listening to more audios. You need to be getting in the gym, going for jogs, getting in the bike, going for swims so you can build your physical body. You need to be practicing proper emotional intelligence. You need to be practicing proper finances, budgeting, all of these great things. We need to be looking to grow in all areas of our lives, guys. We can't just expect comfort and survival our whole lives. Growth is expected from every single one of us that is on this call. Growth is expected from you, Deanna. Growth is expected from you, Emmy, from you, Tay, Myra, Ruby, Sophia, Mick, Joey, Crystal, Roche, Isabel. It's expected from you guys. It's not optional. God expects you to grow. We need to understand this. We can't just sit here and think that, oh, you know what? I'm going to just stay comfortable where I'm at and I'm going to just survive. That's not our purpose on earth. You're not fulfilling your purpose if you are just staying the same. You have to look to grow in the areas that you're looking for in your life. That's important. Because if you think about it, it's been 6 months, almost 6 months into this year. Think about last summer and think about where you are this summer. Have you grown or have you stayed the same? That should tell you a lot about where you are right now. Think about last summer and think about this summer. This summer is just starting right now. Are you where you want to be at? Are you lower than you want to be at? Or are you in the direction that you want to be at? This is important that we understand. Growth is expected even from me. I got to expect myself to grow in different areas. Why you think I'm outsourcing and I'm looking for other things to do, not just my business. I'm looking for other ways to grow, other ways to elevate, other ways to make more money, other ways to do more, more, because I can't stay stuck in comfort and survival, even though I'm in a great position in my life. I don't want to stay stuck where I'm at for the rest of my life. There's so much more. I'll be doing God and the world a disservice if I just stay where I'm at. I want 5,000 people on these calls. I want so much more from this business and from what I'm doing. I want to be able to start different things. If I just stay the same and just doing mornings with Nano, 5 days a week and just making 6 figures a year, some people would be like, Nano, that's a great life. But let me tell you guys, that's not enough because I'm expected to grow more. So here's a question that you should ask yourself. Are you just occupying space in your relationships, in your businesses, in your faith? Or are you maturing and producing impact? That's a great question you should ask yourself. I'm going to copy and paste this and put it in the chat. Are you just occupying space in your relationships, job, or faith? Or are you maturing and producing impact? I believe that I am maturing and producing impact. In this season in my life, I believe I'm maturing and producing impact. I've been working so much behind the scenes on things that you guys have no idea about. I'm always reading. My relationship with the Lord is getting better and better every single day. I'm learning more and more every single day. My finances have gotten a lot better over the last couple of months as well. My business is growing. I feel good about where I'm at in my life right now because I know that I'm maturing and I'm also producing impact. I'm helping others. Look at what I'm doing on today's call, Tuesday morning, teaching on the word. So I'm maturing and I'm producing impact, which means that I understand that growth is expected from me, not optional. God expects you to build that relationship with him. God expects you to be fruitful, which means you get to produce. You have to produce, fam. You can't just sit there and not produce anything from the work that you're doing. You have to produce. That's the name of the game. So point number 2 is growth is expected. It is not optional. All right. Let's go to point number 3 now. This one you guys are gonna feel it. Point number 3 says grace gives time, but not forever. Grace gives time, but not forever. Do you remember what the guy told him when he was going to cut down the tree? Who remembers? What did he say to the guy when he was like, yo, let's cut it down? What did he tell the guy? Who was listening to the story? When the guy was like, yo, let's cut down this tree. It hasn't bared fruit in 3 years. What did he say to the guy? Does anybody remember? He said to wait. He said to give him how much time did he say to give it? He said exactly, Natalia. He said, give it 1 year. Here's what it says. To give it 1 more year. Sir, the man replied, leave it alone for 1 more year. I'll dig around it and fertilize it. If it bears fruit next year, fine. If not, then cut it down. It goes to my point. Grace gives time, but not forever. He only gave it 1 more year. And here's the thing. God gives us time to change, but it's a window. It's not a permanent extension. Grace is the chance. It's not the excuse to grow. God gives you grace. Yo, Vanity, I give you grace. Joya, I give you grace. All right. Sophia, I give you grace. Roche, I give you grace. I give you grace, but it's not forever. You have a window of opportunity. It's not a permanent extension. That's why we see so many people that they're in their older years and they're stuck in life. You know why? Because they were given a window of opportunity to grow and they didn't take advantage of it. You got to understand that. So we got to pay attention to that. What if this is your window of opportunity right now? As a matter of fact, this is your window of opportunity, because God wouldn't have me on this call being a vessel to share this message with you guys if you guys didn't have to hear this message. So God is telling all of us, including Nano right now on this call, you know what he's telling us? He says, yo, he's giving us time to change. He's giving us grace, but we have a window. We've been slacking off for too long. We haven't been living up to our purpose. We've been way too distracted. So we got to give gratitude to the Lord for giving us grace, because he's giving us time. He's giving us one more year. He's giving us one more year. But if not, what happens if he gives us one more year and it doesn't bear any fruit? Then it gets cut down. That's the name of the game, though. That's why I've seen so many opportunities who've been given. I've been seeing a lot of people who have been given opportunities to grow and to elevate, but guess what? They don't take advantage. Everything I'm telling you guys is the reality of it. It's 11:11. That's how true it is what I'm saying on this call. You got to understand that I've been given opportunities, second chances. I've been given opportunities many times, but I took advantage of them. So what are you going to do with the time that God has given you? What are you going to do with the window of opportunity that he has given you? Don't let this summer pass without you taking advantage of the window that you have access to. Remember, this window of growth is this summer. We literally said it. We said this season is the season of growth and protection. So he's giving us time, but what are we going to do with this time? That's beautiful, Joy. I'm grateful that he's using me. I'm grateful that he's using me. He's giving you time. Take advantage of it. Work on yourself. Wake up and make the hard choices every day. If it's hard, that's what you need to do. If it's easy, that's what you need to avoid. Look how beautiful that is. If it's hard, it's what you need to do. If it's easy, that's what you need to avoid. If it's easy to stay in bed, that's what you should avoid. If it's easy to not work on yourself, that's what you need to do. If it's easy not to pick up the book, that's what you need to do. You got to focus on the things that are hard. Picking up a Bible is hard, pick it up. Picking up the book and reading it, pick it up. Getting in the gym is hard, get in the gym. Posting on social media is hard, post on social media. Studying for a new skill is hard, study for the skill. Whatever is hard, that's what you need to be doing more of. Because that is what's going to help you grow. Because guess what? The summer's going to pass. Are you going to be happy with the work that you put in this summer, or are you going to live in regret with what you did this summer? Because let me tell you, I've seen this happen many times because it has happened to me. I've had summers where I was so locked in all summer that I had my best year ever. But then guess what? I've also had the summers where I slacked off, and come end of summer, I was filled with so much guilt, and I was so disappointed in myself that I basically threw the rest of my year away. So we have a window. We have a small window. This summer really determines the rest of the year for a lot of people here. I can tell you that right now. This summer will determine what you do this year. Guaranteed. Because it's either you take advantage of this small window we have, June, July, and August, or you throw it away. You either take advantage of the window of opportunity that God is giving us, or you throw it away. Which one are you going to do? Are you going to take advantage, or are you going to throw it away? The choice is yours. The choice is literally yours. One of my favorite quotes of all time, Jim Rohn says, he said, this is the quote. He said, all life forms strive to the max of their potential except human beings, because human beings have the dignity of choice. Listen to that again. All life forms strive to the max of their potential except human beings. So all life forms, the trees, the plants, the animals, everything around us, the cells in our bodies, everything, it strives to the max of their potential except humans. Why? Because we have the dignity of choice. We can choose not to grow. We can choose to stay in bed. We can choose to not work. We can choose not to do certain things. A tree is going to grow as big as it's going to grow. A flower is going to grow as much as it has to grow. An animal is going to grow as much as it has to grow. It's going to strive to the max of its potential. A fish, anything, any life form, fruits are going to strive to grow as big as they can grow. It's going to strive to the max of its potential. Everything around you, all life forms, anything that has life in it, including the cells in our body, they're all going to strive to the max of their potential. The only people that have a choice is us humans, because we have the dignity of choice. It's the reality of the situation. You have a choice this summer. Am I going to lock in this summer, or am I going to slack off this summer? That's the key. So that's important. So point number 3 says, grace gives time, but not forever. God gives grace, but not forever. You got to remember that. All right? Because here's what happens. He says, why is this? How does this relate to personal development? Well, if you're not using this summer and the soil that you're in to take advantage of it, then what happens is it's wasted potential. I read here, the fig tree had time and space to grow, but produced nothing. This directly confronts the issue of stagnation and unused potential in someone's life. Then it says, it calls for urgency and change, because the tree gets one more year to change before judgment. This creates urgency. So you don't have forever to get it together. It's a call to act now. Stop wasting time and start developing. We cannot waste time right now. We cannot waste time. Roche, I'm happy that God used me in this call as well. So that's point number 3. Point number 3 said, grace gives time, but not forever. And then the last point that I want to hit, it says, real growth requires real work. Real growth requires real work. In the verse, the reference for it, it says, I'll dig around it and fertilize it. What does that mean? It means that growth takes intentional effort. Removing what's choking you, removing what's distracting you, and adding what feeds you. What did he say? Listen to the quote in the verse that says, it says, I'll dig around it and I'll fertilize it. When you're digging around it, what is it doing? It's removing the things that in your life that are distracting you. It's removing the things in the around the fig tree that is removing the weeds. Exactly. It's removing. So ask yourself, yo, what do I need to remove? What do I need to stop doing? What distractions do I need to stop giving energy to in this season of my life? Some of your biggest distractions are the ones that are holding you back from that growth. That's why your fig tree isn't bearing any fruit, because of your distractions. So you need to realize that. What do I need to get rid of in this season? It may be people. It may be, personal desires that you have. Dude, let me tell you something. I remember when I was that fig tree that didn't grow, and I had to cut off people. I had to get rid of worldly pleasures, like Jose said here in the chat. Had to cut off a lot of things. I've had to stop drinking for seasons in my life. Not saying that I don't ever drink, because I like to have my little glass of wine here and there. Right? I'm not a heavy drinker. I had to give up weed. I had to give up lusting over women. I had to give up a lot of things. I had to give up so many things. Negative friends. Had to stop going out on the weekends. Stop spending unnecessary money on food. All these things, I had to give it up. Those were the things that I had to dig around to allow myself to grow. I had to spend less time on social media. I had to recognize the things that were in my way that were stopping my fig tree from growing. Because if not, you know what happens? Then you keep those things there and you'll just stay the same. And remember, we only have a small window of opportunity. So if you're on this call, what are you going to get rid of in this season? What are you going to spend less time on this season? Maybe you need to stop vaping, smoking, drinking. Maybe you need to stop eating out. Maybe you need to stop going out on the weekends. Maybe you need to stop hanging out with those negative friends that just gossip and smoke and chill and have nothing going for themselves. Not saying that you got to not be friends with them, but maybe for this season in your life, maybe you need to spend some time more with other people. Maybe there's a girl or a boy that's distracting you. I've known people, and especially in this season, I know my men, and I've been a product of it as well. Women are big distractions, but I also know women that boys are big distractions for them as well. Maybe you need to let go of that stuff for this season. Yo, you know what? Let me lock in this season on myself. Unless you got your one lady, your one man that they're locked in with you, and it is what it is. Maybe this season, if you're not where you want to be at, why are you trying to even focus on getting in a relationship right now? Focus on you, become the best version of you, and then attract somebody that's on that version of you. Because I know what that feels like as well. I know what it's like to be alone and looking for somebody, but you're not in the position to do that yet. You want to attract somebody while you're vibrating at your lowest? Why don't you get to your best version of you while you're feeling your best, and then attract somebody when you're feeling your best instead of attracting somebody when you're feeling your lowest? Because you're only going to attract who you are. And that's the reality of the situation. So if you're not where you want to be at, why are you focusing on attracting somebody at this level? Get where you want to go to, and then attract. And then attract from that level. Personal advice. If somebody's distracting you right now, let them go. Tell them the truth. Look, I'm focused on me this season. You have other plans. Let me focus on me this season. If it's meant to be, it will be. Right now, I'm focused on me. I think you should do the exact same thing. Nobody will ever be, you'll never break nobody's heart for telling them that you're going to focus on you. You're going to focus on you. It is what it is. Let everybody go their way. To your friends as well. Yo, I'm going to focus on me this season. Y'all want to turn up every weekend. I'm not on that type of time. I'm gonna put the bottle down. I'm gonna put the blunt down this whole summer. I can't be distracted. I can't afford anything to disrupt my thinking. I need to be clear. Got to get rid of it. Trust me, it makes all the sense in the world. I remember when I had to have those conversations. They were tough, but it helped me out so much in the long run. And you know what? Some people took it personal. They were friends of mine that took it personal. They were girls that took it personal. Because guess what? Now I was no longer hanging out with them. No longer was I responding to the text. No longer was I distracted like I once was. And instead of me spending hours distracted, guess what? I had to now spend those hours reading, building my business. Because you see, the thing is that we don't realize how much time those things take from us until you actually remove them from your life. When I removed all those things from my life, I realized how much time I actually had to now work on myself. It was like a huge eye opener. I was like, damn, I was spending a lot of time doing those things. I was spending a lot of time hanging out with these friends and doing this and chilling and smoking and talking to these girls and this and this and that. And you need those seasons to work on you, the deep work that I was talking about yesterday. It's the work that you do in private. You got to keep this in mind, guys. So, like he said, dig around it. Get rid of removing what's choking you, what's stopping you. But then he says, and then fertilize it. I'll dig around it and fertilize it. So then what does that mean? You got to fertilize yourself, which means you got to feed yourself. What you're doing on this call, you're fertilizing yourself on this call right now. Picking up the book, reading the book, that's fertilizing yourself. Picking up the Bible, reading the word is fertilizing yourself. Going to church on Sundays is fertilizing yourself. Going to events, paying for mentorship is fertilizing yourself. Getting in the gym is fertilizing yourself. Focus on what's going to add to you, not take away from you. Our biggest problem is that we spend too much time focusing on the things that subtract from our lives, not the things that add to our lives. Sheesh. I'm going to repeat that again. One of our biggest problems is that we spend way too much time, focusing on the things that subtract from our lives instead of spending more time in the things that are going to add and multiply in our lives. Spend this summer on the things that are going to add and multiply in your life and subtract everything that's going to take from you. And remember, like I said, these words come from the word. These don't come from me. I'm teaching from this right now. I'm just the messenger. I'm giving you guys the word straight from the top, straight from the source. That's why one of my favorite days to teach is the day I teach from the word, because that is what it's all about. This is important, fam. I promise you. You have to start doing this. Tonight, I'm starting my very first Bible study. So excited. It's beautiful, Joey. Send me the link. I might hop on that. I was supposed to play softball today, but with this rain out here in Florida, there's no way we're playing today. Fields are going to be soaked. But that's what it's all about, fam. Use these parables. I love the stories in the Bible because they relate. So, closing thought. Like I said, don't waste the soil. Don't waste this season. Don't waste the chance that you got. This story is a divine warning, but also an invitation. You still have time, but it's not forever. Oh, I'm not hosting. I'm going to one in my church. Nice. Well, you're going to love it, bro. They're great. I love Bible studies. This is Bible. What we're doing on this call is really Bible study. I just created a training out of it. But this is Bible study right now, what we're doing on this call. Don't waste the soil. Don't waste this season. And don't waste the chance that you have right now. Remember, this is a divine warning. Not from me, from him. This is a divine warning, but it's also an invitation. Letting you know, hey, you still have time, but not forever. Stop wasting your opportunities. It's time to lock in. Like I said on yesterday's call, it's time to lock in. I'm here to remind you again. Do not miss your opportunity to level up this season. All right, guys. So that is my training for today, guys. I hope you guys were able to get a ton of value from it. If you guys got value from today's training, put some 777s in the chat box. This was actually one of my favorite trainings so far. I love parables. Parables are so cool. I think teaching stories is so cool because you never forget the stories. You know, they say facts tell, but the stories sell. I love the stories because the stories, you remember them. Like, for example, I'll ask you guys about this training. I'll ask you guys about the story a month from now, and you guys will still remember the story of the fig tree. About how the guy was going to cut it down because it hadn't bear no fruit, but he decided to give it one more year. And what he did was he removed everything from it. He fertilized it. And then guess what? Next year, it bared fruit. That's exactly what's going to happen to everybody on this call. God is giving us time. And what we're going to do is we're going to take advantage of this time for all 150 plus of us that are on this call. All 100. There you go, Claudia. You know, those stories, you don't forget them. The axe story, the dog, the boulder, you don't forget those things. The Powerball, the talents, I don't forget those things. Those are stories that I never, ever, ever forget because they're stories that they stick with you. And it is so key. All right, guys. So one more time from the top. We said the title of today's call was Don't Waste the Soil, It's Time to Grow. Here are the 4 ways that this message relates to us today. We said number 1 was we were planted on purpose. You're planted on purpose. Number 2 is growth is expected, not optional. Number 3 is grace gives time, but not forever. And then number 4 was real growth requires real work. Real growth requires real work. As long as you can keep that in mind, everything else will take care of itself. Those are the 4 points on today's training. So with that being said, I hope you guys got a lot of value from today's training. Please like this video if you haven't liked this video yet. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Share this with a friend, a family member, somebody that needs to hear today's message. Okay, leave a comment below on what your biggest takeaway was. Number 2 was growth is expected, not optional. Growth is expected, not optional. And, with that being said, guys, I'm super, super excited. I pray that you guys got a lot of value from this. I love teaching on the word. I teach on the word at least once or twice a week. And then the rest of the week we do, basically not basic trainings, but other trainings that relate with where we are in the season. All right, fam. So I appreciate you guys. I love you guys always. You guys know that my love for you guys go very, very deep. And I'm gonna do a quick prayer. I'm gonna pray us out, and then we're gonna end it right there. All right, fam. So quick prayer, and then we'll run it up. Father, Lord, we want to say thank you so much for waking us up on this beautiful Tuesday morning. We want to thank you for the amazing stories that you use in the Bible to teach us very valuable lessons. And we understand now more than ever that we are grateful for the grace that you've given us. We also want to apologize for any wasted potential that we haven't taken advantage of. We know that you planted us for a purpose, and some of us have not taken advantage of the opportunities that you've given us. But today was a wake-up call for all of us, including myself, that we were planted on purpose, that we are expected to grow, that we got to go out there and take advantage of the things that you have given us. And we are going to remove anything in our lives. And we ask that you help us remove those things, God. I know that sometimes things can be emotionally attached to certain things, but we ask, Father, that you help us remove those things that are not serving us so that we can focus on you, so we can focus on the growth that we want to have inside, because we want to serve the kingdom. We want to serve you, Lord. And we are so grateful for these teachings because you are really waking us up and making us aware of the things that we got to do, Father. So today we just want to say thank you for your guidance, for your grace, for your forgiveness, and for everything that you're doing for us each and every single day. Our hearts are full of gratitude for your leadership, and we just love you each and every single day. So we're going to go out there. We're going to do the work. We're going to be intentional about it. We love you. We appreciate you. Let's have a great day. In God's name we pray. Amen, amen, amen. That was a good prayer too. I love that prayer. That was a good one. All right, guys. So love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Let's go grow, because we have intentions and we have things we got to fulfill. So I pray you guys have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. And I'm excited for you guys. I need to learn how to pray like that, man. I just pray. I don't even know if I'm doing it right, but I just pray and I let God guide me, bro. You'll get it. It's easy. It's just praying. Just pray and it'll go. All right, guys. I love y'all. Have a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, 10:30. God bless. Thank you, fam.